Welcome to the Small Business Digital Marketing Roadmap. Congratulations on downloading the Small Business Digital Marketing Checklist. The checklist's goal is to give you an overview of digital marketing and how you can use it for your business. But the digital marketing roadmap is a more in-depth process that will help you double your sales in the next 90 days using a digital marketing. So first off, that's a big claim. So who am I? My name is Quinton. I'm a digital marketer based here in Cape Town. And I gained my experience working for a digital agency as an SEM analyst. And that is somebody that deals with paid advertising online. So Google ads, Facebook ads, Bing ads, on various platforms, running paid advertising on various platforms. And I'm using that experience now to help small businesses get better results online by using digital marketing best practices. So I have clients in various industries ranging from e-commerce to lead generation. And here are a few of my past and current clients that you can have a look at. But yeah, let me jump straight into it. So this is the Small Business Digital Marketing Roadmap. It has 3 steps or 3 processes with 9 complete steps in it, going from A all the way to B on top. So it starts with presence, planning, and performance. So don't worry, I'm not going to stick on the slide like this. It can look a little bit confusing. So this process will allow you to set up a system that is automated and predictable, that will allow you to double your sales in the next 90 days. So let me jump straight into it. First off, we start with presence. So presence is made up, the first step in presence is identifying your target audience. So your target audience is made up of the customers or the group of people that can best use your product or service, or can best get the best results from your product or service. So this comes from demographic information, geographic information, psychographic information, or just saying where's your best target audience, where's your target audience, who is the ideal person that will use your product or service. And psychographic for me makes up the most important part of this. So this is what is your potential client, your ideal client's interests, behaviors, and attitudes. And in this step, we will create an avatar of your ideal client and then focus on that specific avatar. The reason for that is everything stems from your target audience. So this is going to dictate the copy on your website, your marketing, or which platforms you market on. So nailing this down in the first step is vitally important because it's going to dictate everything going forward. Moving along, that brings us to your online presence. Your online presence here, we're going to have a look at your website. Is your website ready to convert, or is it just a brochure that people just look at, and or are you using a website to actually get leads and get sales? Number 2 is your business registered on Google My Business? Do you have a presence there? Then we're going to look at your social platforms. How does it look? Is it up to date? And are you on the right platforms? Then citations. This is your business listings online on various directories. Is your business listed there so that people can easily find you online? A very important part, because this is how you appear to your target audience, basically. Moving along, competitor, we're going to jump into competitor analysis. And this is a shorter step, not that exciting, but we can have a look at what are your competitors doing in the marketplace, what platforms they're doing, what type of advertising are they running, and where are they focusing on in their social media. And this is not to copy them, but just to give an understanding on what's working for them and how can you use some of that and implement it in your own marketing strategy. So that makes up the presence, the first step of the roadmap. And this is vitally important to get done because it's the base of it's the foundation of your business online. And once you get all these things in place, it puts you in a good position to move on to the next step. And the next step is the planning phase. Because now you've got all your foundation set up, everything is looking good and you're looking sharp. But remember, it's just that's just your presence basically. So you're not going to get people coming magically appearing to your website and coming to your social platforms. You actually have to now. The work actually starts of planning how you're going to start getting people to your website and to your online assets. So the first step in the planning phase is the customer journey. So here we're gonna plan out the journey from somebody going from not knowing about your business to actually ending up being a client. So here we go through different phases. It's the awareness phase, engagement phase, subscribe phase, convert phase, and the excite phase. So this is awareness is somebody doesn't know you and they become aware of your business for the first time. Then how do we get people to engage with your business? How do we actually get that person's contact details, be it phone number, email, address, whatever the case might be? And then how do we get to convert that person into a sale or a lead? And then how do we get to add even more value to that client? So the customer journey, very important part of it, often neglected, but very important. If you can plan out exactly how somebody goes from not knowing you to ending up a client, what is the steps that they take? You put you more in control of your marketing, so you know exactly where your starting point is and how to move people along the customer journey. Okay, next move is now that we know that what the journey is, we can now plan our paid strategy, our paid advertising strategy. So here we're gonna look at your initial budget. We're going to do some projecting and seeing what budget would be ideal for you in your current situation, in your market, in your industry. And then we're going to see what platforms we're going to be using. Is it Bing, Google, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube? What channels work best for your business? Where is your target market hanging out? And where can we get the best result for the lowest cost? Very important part to plan out and have a strategy in place before you just start doing advertising. What we say is people usually do random acts of advertising. They just say, I'm going to spend R1,000 here, $1,000 there, and not really having a strategy on how to get the best results. Next thing is SEO. We're going to look at the search engine optimization. This is how people find you online without paid advertising. And now we're going to look at the technical SEO. We're going to look. This technical SEO means your on-site SEO. What can we do to your website to make it easier for people to find you and easier for your website to show up in search results? Then we're going to look at off-site SEO. This is like backlinks and these kind of things. Then we're going to look at the content of your website. What blog articles, videos, these kind of things can we create to make sure that you show up in search engines and the like. So that's the planning phase. Very important part of everything, because like I said, most people do random acts of marketing. They just say, I'm going to try this week, I'm going to try that the next week. But having a plan and a strategy in place knows that you're always working towards something, and you can measure that against your plan and the ideas that you had, in the goals that you set for yourself. So what we've done so far is we've sorted out your presence, your online presence. So now you're looking solid. Everything is looking good. You're speaking to your market. You're looking professional. And the next step, we've got a plan of what we're going to do, what we need to do, and how we're going to go forward. The next step is where the fun starts, the performance part of everything. And this is where we're going to actually start implementing what we planned in the previous step. So here we're going to start implementing our search engine optimization. We're going to fix all the technical SEO problems on your website. We're going to create targeted content and start getting out backlinks and these kind of things. Create targeted content. This is writing out blog articles that we've picked up in the previous step. We're going to start creating those things. And this is just a reminder that, remember, SEO is a long-term strategy. And it takes 8 to 12 months to actually start seeing results with SEO. So we're going to continue working on this while we jump into our paid advertising. So this is where we're now going to start running ads. We're going to create the ad creatives depending on what platforms we determine is the best for you. Ad creation, text ad creation, audience creation, retargeting audiences, and conversion tracking we're going to set up. This is where we're going to now start actually running ads and building out campaigns that's going to run to your digital assets that you do have. The next step is analysis. Also very important. This is where we're going to start looking at things. So once we start running ads, we're going to start seeing what's happening. So we're going to look at our Google Analytics. We're going to make sure our conversion tracking is set up. We're going to monitor key metrics like your cost per lead, cost per acquisition, profit margins. We're going to figure out the lifetime value of your customer. So so everything we do, we need to monitor it constantly. This is the advantage of digital marketing here, because we're constantly checking what we're doing and checking the results and tweaking what we're doing to get better results. So the very important part of the process is to analyze what's happening in your business. So this is the complete roadmap, the small business digital marketing roadmap. And here you can get the overview of the whole process, moving all the way from presence, moving all the way through to planning, to performance, and ending up on top. This whole process usually takes 90 days. But the nice thing about it is once you've set it up and once you've fine-tuned everything, you've got a predictable system that you can use, where you can say to yourself, okay, I'm putting in 1 Rand into the system and I'm getting 4 Rand out. I'm putting 1 Rand into the system, I'm getting 3 Rand out. Or I'm putting 1 Rand, I'm getting 5 Rand out. So that you know that the amount of money you put in, you're getting so much out. That is the power of digital marketing. Obviously, it's not a passive income thing like people talk about. You still have to tweak and adjust things as you go along, but you've got the bulk of the system built out. Now all you need to do is monitor and tweak what's happening and test to improve it and even get better results as you go along. So you're probably thinking, what's the next step now to do? The next step would be to schedule a 15 to 20 minute strategy call with myself, where we can see how we can implement this roadmap to your specific business. Obviously, every business is different, and you'll find some business has their planning for their presence worked out already, or they've already got a plan and they just need it implemented. So we can meet for 15 to 20 minutes so we can strategize and see what's working for you. You will leave the call knowing exactly what your next step is. You can either use my services or you can get your in-house people to implement it, but at least you'll leave the call knowing what to do next. Okay, here's just some testimonials of what customers had to say about me. You can have a look at that. You can also see some more on my website at qmarketing.co.za. But yeah, the next step is to click the button there, schedule a quick call. I'd love to chat to you about it. Obviously, I can't promise you that this is for you. It's not for every business. Your business obviously has to be at a certain point to actually want to do something like this. But yeah, schedule a 15-minute call. I would love to chat to you. You'll leave the call, like I said, with an idea of what you need to do to get better results online and to start building a predictable system that will get you sales on a regular basis. So thanks for listening and keep well. Bye.